Hey everyone, it's Dr. Dolopo, and today we're going to talk about what one acupuncture treatment, the majority of these cases I'm going to share is just one acupuncture treatment, but how even just a few treatments can really change your life. So I have 9 cases, and we'll do this very quickly. The first one is Jay. He came in, left shoulder pain, and when I say shoulder, he was talking about this whole area, not just the rotator cuff. So this guy trains jiu-jitsu, he competes, and he said, I don't mind losing if the other person's more skillful, but I do have a severe issue when I lose because my body can't perform. That's when he gets upset. So I said, okay, where does it hurt? He showed me where it hurts, and I put the needles not here. I use Dr. Tan's Balance Method Acupuncture. I've been in practice since 1999. I've been doing exclusively, or at least 98-99% Balance Method since 2006. I put the needles in the opposite limb, nowhere near this area, and the pain went from, on a scale 1 to 10, from an 8 to a 2. And you know, he's a guy, he's a regular dude, and he's like, what the F? And he was just like 10 minutes of, I can't believe it, I can't believe it. He's like, I can't feel the pain. And so it's always fun. Even now, after 24 and a half years into my 25th year of practice, I still love it when people have that astonished look on their face and they just don't understand how this is working. I remember a while back, I treated a civil engineer, and he works at night. He was working on some freeway the night before, and for the last for like a week, he had been dealing with this lumbar pain on one specific side. I think it was the right side. And that day, he had worked that night. I saw him for the first time. His wife drove him in because he could not drive, and this must have been, it was pre-COVID. I remember he just. I love treating engineers because they're a little more skeptic, and but when a man is in pain, they'll do whatever it takes. And not every man just wants to pop a pill. You know, they want to go to the root of the problem. They want to do their sport. They want to go to work without having to take a pill. I treat a lot of men here. Oftentimes my office will be all men or 80+% men. So for you women who think, oh, most of the time it's women, sometimes this whole space is all men. Well, in that case, I put the needle in his forearm, the opposite side, and he just could not wrap his head around it. I said, look, my teacher was also an engineer. You know, he took a while to develop the system. I did TCM in the 90s. That's what my degree is in. I have both a master's and a doctorate. My master's in traditional oriental medicine was based on TCM. It did me good, and I helped overall people graduate significantly improve for 40 to 60%, by 40 to 60%, with long-term results. We're talking about long-term results. When I started doing Balance Method, the style of classical Chinese medicine that I learned directly from the late Grandmaster Dr. Richard Tan, this is what he called digital acupuncture, whereas putting the needle where the pain is, he would call it analog acupuncture. So when I started learning this digital acupuncture, Dr. Tan's Balance Method, I started seeing results like this, and that civil engineer was so happy and impressed that time. He just could not figure out how the pain was gone. Then I have this next case. That civil engineer case was like an off the cuff, just something that I remembered. Number 2 case is B. He had this pain here, upper left scapula, and it was just giving him a lot of pain. It was in this whole region. He came in yesterday. He could not figure it out. He's an avid bike rider. He was like, it wasn't from that. I told him, you know, maybe it's the cold weather. It's been around 30, 43 degrees. And if you're not warm enough, cold is constricting. So it's not like he can remember lifting something. You know, many of us just don't stretch enough. Well, anyways, I treated him. He stayed probably close to 2 hours. So I always guarantee 45 minutes, but many people will stay 1 to 3 hours if I don't need the table. So if you're with me, I tell people, In our private consultation, we'll talk 20 to 50 minutes. Some people want to talk more, some people want to talk less, so that's what I allot the time. 20 to 50 minutes, and the needles are in for at least 45 minutes. You can stay 1 to 3 hours if I don't need the table. So he stayed here yesterday, and he was like, oh my gosh, I can't feel my pain. He was so astonished. Probably the pain went from, and he could not move that morning. He said it started in the, like, he pointed to his lumbar area, lower lumbar area, and it went up, shot up, but especially almost to his neck, but especially in the scapular area. I believe it might be on the right side. I told him I know what that pain is like because I had it for over 10 years, and it used to be treated with direct acupuncture, moxibustion, cupping, massage, physical therapy, chiropractic, name it, and we did it, and it felt good, but I never graduated from that pain. And so when Dr. Tan treated me one time, 2006, March 6, 2006, that I had for over 10 years, and that morning, for the first time ever, it was, it was radiating down my arm, I started getting hopeless because I had that pain, that same pain that B was coming in for yesterday, that B came in for yesterday, and I thought, maybe I'm going to have to get a cortisone shot. Maybe I'm going to have to get some kind of drug to put in me. Maybe I'm going to have to do surgery. I'm thinking all these things, and then I met Dr. Tan that day, and he got rid of that pain. So B left feeling so happy. When I say graduate, so I don't know if those two people graduated, but those two gentlemen left happy. Now, if they follow my protocol, they will actually graduate. Some cases, I will graduate people in one treatment. Depends on how acute the condition is, how chronic person is. Some people, it will take a while. Okay, so when I say a while, it can take 3 treatments, 5 treatments, 10 treatments, 20 treatments, till we get to the point. I explained this all in my expectations video, but if you really want to graduate from chronic pain, we're going to have to discuss that. And many times people come in and I don't need to see them for a while. They're at significant improvement, 80 to 99%. So I'm not going to talk about the how in this video because I've made the accountability video 6 times. That is the how to hold my work accountable. I did the expectations video. So if you go to Elements in Harmony, acupuncture.com, and you go to videos, and you go to accountability video at the top. It's elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/accountability, and you will see exactly what to expect. Also, if you go to, where is my expectations video? Because that's what people want to know, right? Can you actually graduate me? So then the other one is elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/expectations-acupuncture. So I did that video 2 times. What you need to do to see great results with Dr. Dolopo, expectations when you work with Dr. Dolopo. So you can watch those videos. I'll do my best to remember to put it here if you're watching this on YouTube. So the third case is C came in with low back pain. She's coming in for fertility, but she gets this chronic low back pain. I said, we really need to take care of that. So she came in yesterday, I treated her, and she was able to extend her back without feeling pain in her lower back. She was so happy. Now, like I said, 1 treatment can do the trick, and some people you need a few more. But I know exactly what it takes to graduate you from pain. If you show up here and there, we're probably going to give you results that'll last 1 to 4 days, or maybe 1 to 4 weeks, depending on your lifestyle, what you're doing, if you're stretching, if you're exercising, if you're sedentary, if you're, keeping yourself warm. I'm wearing an undershirt, I'm wearing a jogging bra shirt, I'm wearing a shirt, I'm wearing a scarf, I'm wearing a sweater, and then I have another sweater. Oh, it's behind you, behind this computer. There's another sweater, and then I have a jacket that's really fluffy. So I don't take this cold lightly. And if you go to my Instagram channel, the first video, what's my Instagram channel? The first video that's pinned has to do with a scarf. Cold is constricting. So if you are constantly in the cold, your body is constricting. Your neck muscles are constricting. Your shoulder muscles are constricting. Just think of yourself in bed, and when you're sleepy, you're kind of like, cuddled up because you're trying to keep yourself warm. Self-preservation. Doing things like keeping yourself warm will help you. In especially Japanese and Korean cultures, historically, they wear that, something around their belly to keep them very warm. Keeping your belly very warm, keeping yourself very warm. So, yes, if you go to Instagram.com/elementsinharmony acupuncture, you'll see my video. And I talk specifically about wearing your scarf. It's very important that you wear your scarf.
Protects my neck. That's all it does. It protects my neck.
There you go. That's the video. So please watch that video because it's about not just protecting your neck. These channels here, I'll just give you a little Chinese medicine 101 just for a quick second. The bladder channel goes up, goes down, goes here to the side of your, the side to your spine, and it goes down your low back. And then there's actually 4 channels. There's the inner channels and the outer channels, 2 on each side, and it goes down your butt. So when someone's having radiating pain, like sciatic pain, that's the pain. And it goes down your, the back of your legs, down to your foot, going to the side, the outside of your foot. So this is your foot. It ends right here in your pinky on the outside nail. So when you do Qigong with me, and if I know you have back pain, we'll be doing Qigong specifically to strengthen your kidneys. I won't go into that right now. And to help open the channels, especially for your bladder channel. On a side note, we're doing Qigong this Sunday at 9 a.m. Please show up at 8:30 a.m. for parking. I'll talk about that later. I want to get through these. The next one is upper back pain. So a different C came in for upper back pain. Not happy. She's a mom. She works full time. She's here in Irvine, and she's busy. She has a full-time job. She's up there in the corporate world, and she does not have time for upper back pain. I love treating busy people because you guys do not have time for any mess. You do not have time to be in pain. You want to go back to work. You got to pick up the kids. You got to go to Costco to go shopping. You got to drop them off at soccer. You want to go exercise. You want to do your kickboxing. You want to do your, tennis, whatever you're doing, pickleball, and you don't have time for this. So I'm the kind of personality where I'm going to do my best to fix it today. I've been doing jiu-jitsu since 2012, and it's important for me to be able to use my body. I'm 50 years old. I got 3 kids. I run this practice. I don't have time for pain. So if you're like me and you don't have time for pain, then do it my way. So in general, what I tell my patients is if something ever happens to me, I want to fix it this week by 99%. Because if you don't, what happens is that pain extends 1, 2, 3 weeks. Next thing you know, it's 3 months. 3 years, and you're still dealing with the same pain. And I know what that pain was. Remember when I had that pain for 10 years? And you learn to live with it, like, well, I don't play my violin anymore, and I'm not making money on that, so it's okay. And you just do it over and over and over. And one day, your body just gives out on you because you didn't listen the first day, the first week. So I tell people, when I fix you, come in so I can graduate you. And that, you can watch that in the accountability and the expectations video. Also, during our consultation, I will explain that to you. And for those of you who've been with me, this piece of paper is so important because I even give you this piece of paper on our first treatment. It took me 15 years to put this together. From 1999 to 2014, it took me a while to, and then I write all over this, but this is my accountability video piece of paper, so you know what the game plan is. It's football season, and when you're watching sports, they got their hand over their mouth because they're talking about strategies. You got to go into your healing treatments with a strategy. If your doctor, if your healer, if your therapist is not giving you a clear strategy, then you're just going in and you're going to be there forever and you're going to make them a lot of money and you're going to just, not have a treatment plan. But if you have a treatment plan with someone experienced or someone who, at least acts like they know what they're doing and you know, okay, this is the end goal we're looking at, then you're likely to have confidence in them. That's why when you go to elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com, you see that my website's not based on what's acupuncture about. You can go to acupuncture.com and figure out, what does acupuncture do? You know, how does it work? I'm not going to tell you how it works. I'm going to tell you what I do. So if you look at the website, there's one side on fertility, pregnancy, birth. Those are all testimonials. You'll see some of the videos like this one. I'm breaking down, for example, if someone had sciatic pain, how they were suffering, how many treatments they had, and the needles did not go to the sciatic area. I didn't put needles in their butt. I didn't put needles in their lower back. I didn't put needles in their legs. And they were put somewhere else, maybe their hands or their shoulders or somewhere else. And how many treatments they did, how they improved. Did I significantly improve them, 80 to 99%, or did I graduate them? And if I graduated them, when did I make that video? Was it a month later? Was it 6 months later? Was it a year later? You know, that's important, because then you can really determine and discern for yourself, wow, this is a doctor, this is a practitioner who really is interested in helping me heal. That's important. I'm giving you like, this is what I did in one treatment, but sometimes it's important to understand what one treatment can do. As of today, the rates can always change. As of today, my rate for non-fertility is $210. And you're with me, or $200 cash. If you're with me, we're going to talk 20 to 50 minutes, and then we're going to put the needles in for at least 45 minutes. If I don't need to go and pick up my kids, if I don't need your table, you can stay 1 to 3 hours. Typically, if I know I'm going to be in the office for an hour or treat you for an hour, I will, usually send a message to my patient saying, hey, see you at this time. Just want to let you know we'll be done in an hour. So then they can wrap their heads around, okay, I'm not going to be there for 3 hours. But many people are staying for at least an hour, and the style that I do, the longer the better. All right, so then there's another C. Let's see. Actually, T. She came in with right hand pain, couldn't close her hands. She's a dental hygienist. She was just like in a lot of pain. I asked her, what time do you go to work? She said, I'm at work 7:30, 7:45. I said, do you wear gloves? She said, no, I don't. I said, does your steering wheel warm up? Mine does. Even with the steering wheel that warms up, I still wear gloves. And she said, no. I said, it is cold. So when we're outside, we wear socks, we wear a scarf, again with the warm. I have my beanie, you're protecting your channels. You got to protect your hands. Get $5 gloves at Target or whatever. It will protect you don't need to spend $50 to $150 for a pair of gloves. I don't like doing that in general, even though they might be fancy, because if I lose them, I'm going to lose my marbles. But if they're $5 gloves, you keep your hands warm, because then you're not always having to put them in your pocket, It's common sense, right? You got to drive. And then I'd rather my hands get nice and warm and sweaty, and I'm like going to take off my gloves, and my hands are warm by the time my car heats up quickly, but not all my cars do. So, your car might take a little while. So you want to have warm hands. Just that alone can prevent you from having to do extended therapy. I put the needles in her feet, and she was like, oh my gosh, my pain, I can't feel it. So she was at least 90+% improved. She was just so amazed because the needles did not go in her hands. So then that was case 5. These are, so far, one treatment. JH came for upper back pain. So in this case, the first case, Jay, he did acupuncture. We got great results with just the acupuncture. But he asked me, do you have time? Dr. Dolopo, do you have time for a massage? Yes, I do. So if you want to know what my rates are with acupuncture massage, text me at 619-341-4341. I will send you those rates. So JH specifically came in for her first treatment with me for acupuncture and massage. She had a lot of knots in her upper back and her neck. She's up there in the corporate world, very stressful life, and especially because of work. And I said, when we get rid of this, her body felt very, relaxed after the treatment. I think she was with me for a couple of hours. I think we did maybe a 60 or 90-minute massage. And I like to massage and then do the acupuncture. I said, you need to do self-care. You work hard. You're a mommy. You're a wife. you work for a company, you need self-care. You can't keep sharpening your saw, people. You need to you can't just keep working without sharpening your saw. You know what I mean? You can't just keep working out, but you don't stretch. You have the yang with the yin. Where's my yin yang? It's somewhere. Here it is. So the yang is the white. It's very active, doing. But you need to meditate. You need to relax. You need to calm the mind. It can't just be go, go, go. The ocean just isn't going in. It's just an ebb and a flow. An ebb and a flow. It's not just, it's not just sunny all the time. You got to have the night. You need to have the contrast, and that's the beauty of life. So when you're working your butt off all the time, where is your self-care? Especially women, you're constantly giving. Where's your time to yourself? Men, women, you got to leave the man alone. After work, he's got to chill for at least an hour so that his testosterone goes back up. So I'll let you study Dr. John Gray. He's hunting all day. I'm hunting too. This is actually my logo for my other business. This is my logo. Linus says we're hunting, but you got to have time to yourself. You need to meditate. You need to relax. You need to go for massages. You need to go to your chiropractor, your acupuncturist, your physical therapist, blah, blah, blah. You need to, if this is Southern California, but this is true for anywhere in the world. This is true for anywhere in the U.S., but people will say Orange County and Southern California. California in general is boom, boom, boom. I'm from San Diego. I did my undergrad in San Francisco. And this is the life here in California. So if you're not going to make time to yourself, if you're not going to give yourself time to have some tea and relax and just go, I'm going to keep driving and then I'm going to cook and then I'm going to work and blah, 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 blah. Tony Robbins talks about that in one of his, in his training, which is we wake up in our box, your house, and then you go into your car, which is your box, or you eat your box cereal. Everything's a box, and you don't go outside. You need to be outside. This Sunday, we're doing Qigong. Please join us. So you're not out, you're not just inside. You got to be outside. You need to play. So, anyways, JH came back a month later. I said, how are you doing? She was getting a 60-minute massage with acupuncture. She said, I'm great. I'm just here for my, monthly care, her self-care, which is great. You need self-care. It is so important. It is imperative to your mental health. It is imperative for you to, be able to give 100+% to the world, because many of you do. You care more about the people outside your home than you do for yourself. And you got it backwards. You got to take care of, God first, whatever your spirituality is, yourself. You got to put the mask on first, because if you don't put the mask on, you can't heal everyone. You can't take care of everyone. You can't cook for them. You can't clean up after them. And that's the life. That's what you signed up for. You're here on this planet. You got to do your job. Every creature on this planet is working. So you might as well make sure you take care of yourself. Many people are putting the mask on other people first, but you're not putting the mask on yourself. And I can tell you, having been in this business, studying this business since 1994, but being in practice since 1999, I can tell you that many people are guilty of giving more than you're receiving. And then you're feeling resentful. I had this woman, a beautiful woman, one treatment, we'll call her S, and she felt so much better. She had this pain in her neck. Well, I asked her to say one thing, which is, I care but not that much. And her daughter was right here. And I said, I want you to say, I care but not that much, because there were so many health issues. And she could not say it. And I could see the tears swelling in her eyes, because it was something that she could not get herself to say. And her daughter, an amazing individual, and this woman's climbed so many mountains, her daughter. And I didn't know until the second time S came in. She was like, Mom, please say it. I care, but not that much. And she could not get herself to say it. But her daughter understood why I gave her that assignment. You got to care, but not that much. Not your monkey, not your circus. This is something we reiterate over and over and over here. I especially say it to my fertility patients. You're giving, but you're not receiving. This sounds morbid, but I read this, or I learned this somewhere, where in funeral homes, when there's a memorial, they put 250 chairs out, typically. And we're not just talking about famous people. We're talking about, even when famous people have their intimate gatherings, because it's about 250 that will really show up and honor you. And when I learned that, I thought that's when there was a clear demarcation in my life that this person's either one of the 250 or they're not. Who is this person in my life? How much are they worth to me? You know, some people are just going to take all your energy and they're not going to give you anything in return. And you may think, what does this have to do with pain? It has everything to do with pain. In my accountability page, I'll just leave this here, my accountability page, the first concept is right here: the body follows the mind follows the spirit. I've been saying this, I learned this, and I've been saying it since 1994. The body follows the mind follows the spirit. You need to put yourself first. Your spirit needs to be joyful and happy and free, and your mind has to be clear with clear intention, knowing exactly what you want and not let anything get in your way. When we feel oppressed, when we feel like our emotions are suppressed, when we feel not free, you know, what is it? How does our body feel? Stressed out, angry, resentful, unhappy, negative, angry, and that gets stuck in the channels. It gets stuck in your connective tissue, in your bloodstream. It gets stuck in the bones, your joint. This used to always crack. It wasn't until I got my mind right many, many years ago, when I started studying medicine, Chinese medicine 30 years ago, when I was 20, when I started understanding and how to apply, how to execute these concepts. And it took a while, but guess what? All the things that were going wrong with me started to improve. I started to lose weight and hold it off. Lost 48 pounds from 1994 to 1996. I was happier. I graduated from anxiety and depression. I started on that path. I stopped blaming other people. My periods were perfect. I was told I may never have children. I have 3 beautiful children. They're 19, 13, and 6. And that 6-year-old came as a surprise when I was 43. You know, my skin cleared up. You know, I showed you about my shoulder. It just doing this would crack. You know, there were other issues, digestive issues, some issues that were more severe that I don't want to discuss here, but I healed. And so when I tell people I want to help you heal, that's not hot air. I'm not blowing hot air. I want you to heal. In this case, we're primarily, in this video, we're primarily talking about musculoskeletal pain, but I can talk for hours. And I know, because I've done at least 100 videos on women's health. Someone asked me today, she's one of my free students, and she said, you know, she said, what can you help me? She wanted to know how I am when I'm treating diabetes, anxiety, depression, sleep disorders, hormone imbalance, back pain, lung infections. And I sent her all these newsletters. And this is a student, so I'm going to share them all with you. Sleep newsletter, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/sleep. The next URL is elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/diabetes. There's also one /smoking-diabetes. elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/immune-system. I believe that's what it is. I want to make sure. elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/immunity-newsletter. Yes. Then there's elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/back-pain-newsletter. And then there's also /anxiety-newsletter. And then for thyroid and hormones, there's also elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. And let's see, I think it's thyroid newsletter, hormones. If you text me, I will, oh, here it is, elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com/thyroid-newsletter. And many years ago, when I started studying medicine in 1994, I started learning. And I embarked on a journey that really helped me understand that the body can heal itself. And then when I met Dr. Tan in 2006, my life changed. And so I make these newsletters to show people that Balance Method is not just for pain. This video we're talking directly about, specifically about pain, back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain. But when you see all those newsletters, those are internal health issues. And the reason why I do this is it's a way for me to give my honor and respect to my late grandmaster, because people would say, oh, balance method is just for pain. No, it's not. No, it's not. And if you look at my videos, especially the most challenging fertility cases where we're getting them pregnant naturally after 4 failed IVFs multiple times with different, in different cases, where they have 4 failed IVFs, 7 miscarriages from natural pregnancy, but then they work with me, and what's the common denominator? I have them work, we do all this stuff, and then they get pregnant. And they have a full-term baby. That's from empowering the woman's health, empowering the man's health. I had my kids. They were 7, 8, and 9 pounds respectively. Tommy was born when I was 43 years old at 9 pounds. So balance method is very, very powerful. I want to go to KK. Kay actually wrote an amazing testimonial. This guy's been with me for a while. I want to read his testimonial. Came to see Dr. Dolopo starting almost half a decade ago. He's now a junior, so I started treating him when he was middle school. I had torn my MCL, and she healed it miraculously through acupuncture. None of the needles went to the knee, okay? She has such a warm and inviting demeanor, and would sincerely recommend to anyone in need of not just fertility, but sports injury as well. Kay is he's an elite soccer player. About a month ago, I got injured in a soccer game. I went to the tournament trainer, and on both looks, both trainers told me I had a partially torn ACL. I went to Dr. Dolopo immediately, and after multiple acupuncture sessions, the pain drastically was reduced, and I was completely healed in 2 weeks. Her bedside manners and hospitality are top-notch, and I wouldn't look any further than Elements in Harmony. And if you go to youtube.com, my URL is /@Anna Dolopo -Elements in Harmony /videos. And I believe I did not do a video on his, let me just tell you really quickly how many treatments he had. So in the case where in the last month or so, when you're working with an elite soccer player, an elite athlete, you want to see those results sooner than later. So let's see when he wrote the testimonial, because that's really important. So I can tell you how many treatments. He wrote that December 29, 2023. So in that case, he came in, November 26, 28, 30, December 10, December 14. Prior to then, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're talking about a torn ACL, I believe, in that time. And the last time I had seen him was October 24, 2023. That means I treated whatever it is that I needed to treat in one treatment. But in the torn ACL, I treated November 26, 28, 30, December 10, and December 14. That's 5 treatments. Someone else, and then before October 24, 2023, I hadn't seen him since 2018. So that's how I know what I'm doing with these patients. And then something else happened. Soccer, it was an ankle situation. I'm helping that, and I didn't see him again until January 4. So I want my athletes, whether you're doing it professionally or this is something that, you're a coach, or you're just, a weekend warrior playing basketball or pickleball or whatever you're doing, or jiu-jitsu or kickboxing or boxing, acupuncture can get you the results that you need. Even if it's one treatment, check it out. See what Balance Method can do. So that was K's. And T came in for upper back and neck. In that particular case, let me see. It was here, and it was one treatment, and she felt very happy. That was an important case because that person was not happy at all. The one that I really want to point is the last case. It's Milo's, and I will let you listen to his video because it is one of my favorite. It's a video, I think the first video testimonial I've ever received in 25 years of practice, and we'll listen to him right now. So
journal since I started acupuncture yesterday with one of my students who is an incredible dancer. She's also a doctor, and she's got amazing credentials. I can't list them all. I don't know all the abbreviations, but she is just a master of acupuncture and
So go
wellness.
to Instagram and you'll find us.
And she invited me on my birthday
Instagram.com/
to
Elements
some
in Harmony.
acupuncture. And I decided to take her up on that yesterday, and I've never tried acupuncture. I've heard of it. I never thought that it was, something that would make a difference. I thought it was cool, like a spa treatment. So I had my first treatment yesterday, and I remember just falling in a deep sleep. I know I was snoring loud as hell. And afterwards she said, "You feel any better?" I said, "Yeah, my neck feels a little better." But I just must say that today I feel incredible. And it's the first day. It's day one. I had acupuncture yesterday. Not only do I feel great physically, my neck feels much better. My mobility is incredible, but I feel brand new. I don't know what it is, but she was coaching me on some things and saying, "You're going to feel natural again." And that's just what I feel. I'm here in Beverly Hills, just walking around. I feel great. So day one, after my treatment yesterday, I call her Dr. Dance. I want to thank Dr. Dance. It looks like it's going to be a promising road with this treatment. So I'll keep you guys posted. This is just day one. I feel alive. It's amazing. My body feels great. And, now I'm looking for just to have fun, live again, and love again. I might find me a cutie out here in Beverly Hills. Stay tuned.
All right, that's Mr. Milo Lavelle. So if you go to Elements in Harmony, if you go to Instagram.com/Elements in Harmony Acupuncture, thank you for listening to that. He said he was going to do a video journal, and he said he's going to do more, but I'm so astonished. If you go to Instagram.com/Milo, Milo, Lavelle, Levell, you'll see him there at MDC Dance BR, also at m.levelup. Credits: Michael Jackson, Julia Roberts, Sandra Bullock, Jessica Alba, Diana Ross, LL Cool J, Stevie Wonder, Nike, Disney, MTV. And this is a guy that's, he's serious business. He loves his dance. He's been dancing all his life. He's an amazing choreographer. He's got a dance school down in Brazil, I believe. He still has it. And my daughters dance, Anais, they dance competitively. My college student is not currently dancing, but she danced all her life. When she graduated 2 years ago from high school, she was in three dance teams. And I know a lot of dancers do 5-10 teams, but Anais is in 13 dance classes. She's in 2 teams and her solo. She does jiu-jitsu every Wednesday. She plays her violin. She has amazing grades, and these are all on her. This is the way she lives her life, and martial arts is not an option to not take in our home, even if it's just once a month. She's an incredible fighter, and so things do happen. When they do, I want to fix it right away, and so I wanted to share that thing with Milo. And before I let you go, there's one more. What I want to share, this is Arina. She is a doctor. She's a doctor. This is under Yelp, posted December 6th, 2023. Dr. Anna is amazing. She's the only person who has talked to me about regenerative medicine instead of managing something degenerative. That's important. That's why I want to read this news testimonial. My favorite phrase of hers is, "I can fix it." She's helped me overcome crippling back pain from a herniated disc, migraines, vertigo, and anxiety. She's so warm and inviting. Her place is a haven where you can go and get cuddled up during your treatment and focus on healing. I appreciate her and her skill and kindness so much. Thank you for everything, Dr. Anna. And This particular patient, I want to just share with you, when she says regenerative medicine, I mean, she wrote that, when did she write that? December 26th. I'll tell you exactly how many treatments. She started September 30, so she had one treatment then. Then in October, she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 treatments in October. So that's 8 treatments total. Then in November, she saw me 1, 2, 3 treatments in November. And then, so that's 8 plus 3 is 11. Plus in December, 1, 2 in December. So, the beginning phase, I tell people is those first 20 treatments, but she was already impressed. When she was here this month, she wasn't here for any pain. She was here specifically for stress. She has, she's a doctor. She has a stressful job, and she sees a lot of patients. So it's important to understand, and the position she's in is like this. She's not an acupuncturist. She's, in this position a lot. And the stress is not so much from, the work. It's other stuff. But this is what I want to present to you. I know this is a very long video, but I want to share with you, if you made it up to this point, thank you. But I want to make a point that acupuncture can work from the first treatment. And if it doesn't, it can take a few more treatments. And that's what those other videos are about. But know that when someone tells you, I can significantly improve you, or I can graduate from you from pain, that's what we mean. We can heal you. So if you just want acupuncture, my healing team and I, we're here for you 6 to 7 days a week. We are here to help you. Check out elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. At the very top, click on schedule now or text me 619-341-4341. Provide your full name, your email, and how flexible your schedule is, and I will get you in. And if you want massage with Nicole, just let us know when you'd like to come in and we'll schedule you. She has over 20 years experience as a neuromuscular sports massage therapist. She's one of the best in the country. So you don't have to worry about, oh my God, I'm going to spend all this money. Is this person going to be good? I'm going to be there for 1-2 hours and, or 60 minutes to 90 minutes, and I'm going to be wasting my time. No. With her, you will get an exceptional, incredible massage or neuromuscular sports therapy. It's money worth spent. It's time worth spent. I've had massages in the past where it's just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? I'm paying for this massage and the place looks fancy, but does not feel good. And so, that's important. When I'm doing massage, I've been a massage therapist since 1996. I'm doing acupuncture and then massage. Okay, so check us out. You can text me at 619-341-4341. Office is 949-305-1703. elementsinharmonyacupuncture.com. My name is Dr. Anna Dolopo. I'm a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. I'm board certified. I'm a licensed, nationally board certified. I'm a California licensed acupuncturist, and I'm a gold level certified Dr. Tan Balance Method practitioner. I'm also one of his BOTSA graduates, and this is something that I've been very passionate about since 1994. If you're an athlete, come in. We can take care of you today. We can take care of you today so that you can feel amazing. All right? Take care.